Welcome to Document Management, uploading files from the Upload File section within the client file. So in this example, I'm in Barbara's file. I'm going to scroll down, and you see there's the Upload File section, and I'm going to demonstrate how you can upload files from here by either dragging and dropping or doing them single file at a time, as opposed to having to go to the Account Documents page. So this one, we could just do everything right from the main file, and we don't have to go to another page, so we could save some time. So you're just going to, for example, scan W-2s, 1099s, whichever. Again, exactly the way you always do it. You're going to browse. You'll then locate the document you just signed, double click it, label it. Again, the upload type that you can customize. We'll call this Reviewer Docs. I could type a description, and it's defaulting to my account documents for 2014. I actually could designate and move it to a different year or business type if I'd like from here, even though currently I'm in Barbara's tax preparation 2014, but I could move it anywhere I'd like. In fact, I could even change it to permanent documents if I want. If this was an ID, I could label it permanent documents. In this case, I'm just going to go and save it. It's now saved, and it's all being stored on my account documents page. So from here, I'm just grabbing it, and it's still being stored exactly the same place it always is. So if I click on this document link, it's going to send me right to the account documents page for 2014, and there is the document I just uploaded. So it's just saving us a step that we don't have to go into that file. We can do everything, into that page. I can do everything on the main files page, the client files page. So let me go back down here. Now I'm going to show you how you can drag and drop. So if you have multiple files, let me grab you this box here. So one thing I want to point out is you can't do, if you browse and try to grab multiple files by checking the browse button. So if I check a couple of files here and try to drag it, well, let me move it a little bit and try to drag all these files here, it will not let me. I can't do it through browsing. What I need to do is have the folder box open right here and grab these files. I left click, I drag it into here, and boom, they all get dragged in. So I just pushed off 5 files there. If I want to remove one, I can. Now the one thing you need to know is when you label them, the upload type, it's going to label them all the same. So I have 4 documents in here. All 4 are going to be called Reviewer Docs right now. So there's no way of identifying each one individually. They're all going to be labeled upload type. And if I type a description, say these are all W-2s, save it. Now they're all being stored on my account documents page. I click on the icon, shoot into the page. There they all are. Those are the ones I just did a drag and drop. So I just want to cover this one more time because I know it's a little confusing. It caught me off guard a few times. I don't browse. If I'm doing drag and drop, if I'm just doing individual, it's the same way. Browse, grab it, save it. But if you try to drag any of these multiple files at one time, or even if you try to do one, you're not going to do it through browsing. What you're going to do is you're going to have your folder open, or you could have it this way too. Let me shrink this page down. So typically you have a little folder icon over here. You can just click on that. So say I just want to drag one in, just boom. So it's very easy. Drag another one in. So you scan right to this folder and then drag it in. So you see it's very fast. And then I just label it. I'm going to call these signature documents. I save it. And again, they're all stored on my account documents page for this year. Now let's go ahead and PDF a tax return. So say I PDF the tax return, it's stored right here. I'm going to drag it down here. Then I'm going to label it tax return, and I'm going to give the client access. I want the client to access this, so I'm going to give them limited access. So they only can see it once they pay me. I don't want to be nice this time. Then I'm going to check the box e-sign client and e-sign spouse. Now, one thing I want to point out is because we are using Drake software, so we don't even see the spouse here until the EF data flows in. But I know this individual is married, and so I still would check the box e-sign spouse, even though I don't have a spouse yet, because I'm e-filed the return, okay, in this example. Then I go ahead and, in fact, I'm going to switch this over to signature documents because they're not going to be signing the tax return. It's just going to be the 8879. Then I go ahead and I save it. And now, just how it normally would work when I upload that, they're going to go ahead and they'll see it on the client portal. I'll go back to the documents page here. And there it is. Signature docs, limited access, e-sign client, e-sign spouse. And just as before, if you're using the e-signature, you're going to want to go ahead and set up your PINs. 5 characters for the spouse, and make sure you save, because that's what they're going to use to validate who they are when they're logging in and signing on the portal. And let's see, let me go back down here. Okay, for the upload to, most likely you won't be changing this very often. You may possibly, if you switch it over to permanent documents, as you notice when I switch that over, my upload types do filter based on permanent documents. So I'm just seeing my ID spouse, ID taxpayer. If I switch it back to account documents, it's going to switch back default to the current year. But most likely you're probably just going to be uploading into the current year and not doing multiple. I mean, typically we go to the correct client file and the correct year when we're storing documents, but you do have that capability. But I think you're going to find this a lot quicker to store documents. You don't have to go to the account documents page anymore. You can just do everything right here. That's all I have. Thank you.